Hey there, good morning everyone. Wednesday the 13th of April 2022. This morning's devotional is a reading from John chapter 8, verse 11, which reads, "Neither then do I condemn you," Jesus declared. "Go now and leave your life of sin." Last week I spoke about mercy, so let's take this topic just a little bit further today. As a follower and disciple of Jesus, you are required to treat everyone with dignity. The commandment to love your neighbor as yourself rings very true here. It doesn't matter if they act, think, or even worship differently than you. He still wants you to treat them with dignity. And you may ask the question, but why? People are so deserving of the unmercy that they get. Well, here's the simple answer to that. Because Jesus did. Jesus accepted everyone. This doesn't mean he approved of everything that the people did. And the same is true for you and me. He might not even approve of everything that we do, but he accepts us and treats us with dignity. In John chapter 8, Jesus treated a humiliated woman with dignity, but her accusers did not. They brought her before Jesus and said, "This woman was caught in the act of adultery. The law of Moses says to stone her. What do you say?" They were looking at the letter of the law and focusing only on the act that the guilty party did, giving little regard to their own actions in regard to the law and thoughts. And I would encourage you to read the story. It's not a long story in the first portion of John chapter 8. But here is something that Jesus knew about these men that they didn't think he knew. He knew that they were just going to try and trap him to saying something that they could later use against him. So what did he do? He bent down and wrote in the dust with his finger. He stood up again and said, "All right, let the first one who has never sinned throw the first stone." Nobody knows what Jesus wrote in the dirt. The scriptures are quiet on that. You get some scholars who reckon, well, he may have written down their sins of the accusers. We don't know, but we speculate. And if there were sins that he wrote down, it could have been judgmentalism, arrogance, dishonesty, or even spousal abuse. After all, Jesus, being God, knew their secret sins and wanted to get to the heart of the matter. So what did her accusers end up doing? Well, we find in the story that they slipped away quietly, one by one, until only Jesus was left there with the woman. They didn't stick around to condemn her, and Jesus didn't condemn her either. Instead, he showed her mercy. He said to her, "Neither do I condemn you. Now go and leave your life of sin." Did this woman do wrong? Yes. If she was a married woman, she was then cheating on her husband. But Jesus protected her dignity in a public situation and dealt with her sin gently. He simply said, "Don't do this anymore." My dear friends, he does exactly the same for you and me. He treats us with dignity even though we do not deserve it. That's what he does in your life when you accept his mercy. That's what he wants you to treat and to do to others. If God gives it to you and he shows you mercy, show the other party mercy too. May the Lord be with you. May he bless you. May he cause his face to shine upon you and be with you always. Goodbye.